Well, all right. Welcome to Rollsborne. So, we kind of ended off on a big cliffhanger last time. But a bit before that, we were coming up on the end of a press talk starring none other than the dead commissioner. Something wasn't right about that guy, as well, clearly because we saw the body, but William noticed some bit of fine stitching on his face, edge of his face. Kind of a smell to him as well. So definitely something wrong going on there. While he was doing that, we had Eddie trying to expand his contact list, trying to get in with the Gazette, had a contact in there, trying to exchange some information, kind of expand his web of information there. All good stuff. So after that, we decided to, well, go back to the shop, to the advertiser, consolidate our news. However, on the way, we smelled some smoke. Something was up. So we quickly ran back and saw that our building was on fire. Oh no. So we quickly did a head count, found that the editor, Freddie, was missing. So being the heroes that we aspire to be, Eddie and Charles rushed into a burning building, not recommended by the way, to see if they can save their editor. While they rushed in, William noticed signs of arson, perhaps some gasoline trails. Ended in a wall though, just dead into a wall. So we'll see what happens next on Shadows of Arkham. Hope you're enjoying watching. Consider following and liking.
On that note, I think we're going to pick up with William.
Yes, so if I recall, I was standing at the bottom of, like, the window from, like, the editor's office. It's, like, up on the second floor, if I recall. Trying to determine if the people in there were okay. I don't think they are.
I do believe also, if that is what you were assuming, no, everything's on one floor.
Oh.
At no point has anybody ever had to go up any stairs to go see the editor.
Go to the window then. Do I see them in there?
You see smoke. I mean, you see lots of smoke. I do believe also, despite the massive hole that is in the ceiling, because I believe the ceiling collapsed, had it not?
Indeed.
There's still too much smoke to see through the window, though. I mean, you get glimpses of things every now and again, but not...
Are there any rocks suspiciously nearby that I can break the window with?
I mean, the building's kind of falling apart.
No, I mean, it's probably made of bricks. I don't think bricks just, like, explode when burned.
No, they don't explode, but the support structures are collapsing, so things are falling apart.
Okay, well then I'm gonna wrest a brick free and huck it at the window.
Give me athletics, I think is going to be the...
No.
So, would you like to spend a penny? Go ahead and just ask the question.
Sure, I don't think I've done that yet. We'll do that. We'll give that a re-roll. There we go. That looks like a little bit of a better roll.
Nice.
That's with a raise. As you hurl this brick into the window, more smoke begins pouring out. And I will give you an option here. For your raise here.
My favorite.
For your raise. Do you want to give yourself the bonus, as in I will allow you to take full advantage of the raise and I will continue to describe what the brick does, Or would you rather convey that benefit to the two people inside?
I think the two people inside are like burning to death. So if a flying brick can help them out, I say, let the bricks help. That's a terrible saying.
Magic brick saves the day.
No, it's nothing magical. As the brick collides with the glass, the entire front pane of the glass shatters. So now we have two very large ventilation holes. That raise is actually going to give both Eddie and Charles 1 point of fatigue back. As the smoke starts billowing out that window, it becomes significantly easier to breathe in there. Because we're not talking about just, a little window. We're talking probably a pane of glass that was 4 foot by like 3 foot next to each other. So you took out one of those. So it is just wafting fresh air in there. Charles and Eddie, gonna go bring it back to you.
So, as I recall, Freddy is trapped under his desk under some debris, and we were working on trying to get him out, yes?
Yes, originally I do believe the plan was to kick out the thin plywood that is the back part of the desk.
Yes. I guess I'll go ahead. I don't remember who was going to kick it out, but...
I think...
Because you were going after the documents, weren't you?
That is a goal, but it's not the most important goal right now.
And I do...
Right, yeah. Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, I do believe Eddie was the closest one. Reasoning was because that was on the back of a dramatic failure to kick it out the first time.
Yeah.
So, I don't care who goes first.
Oh, so he failed to kick it out? Shove him out the way. I'll do it. This is going to be a what? Recall me?
It was at... It was an unskilled.
Was it fighting or athletics?
It just says unskilled for what Eddie rolled.
Oh, that's right, because he didn't have... Which don't you have, athletics or fighting?
I was fighting. I've got athletics.
So then I will roll fighting then. Ooh.
Well then.
Like this.
So that's 2 raises. Your foot doesn't go clean through it.
Well, good, because that would get stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Instead, the plywood splits right down the middle, so you essentially kick off the bottom part of it.
Sweet, and then I'll grab the upper half and rip it open to make it a bigger opening.
Absolutely. Very quickly, you also grab a hold of the editor and you yank him through the desk, essentially.
Come hither. Come with me.
He is unconscious at this point.
Okay.
He is not a wild card, so he is incapacitated at this point.
Well then, I'm gonna try to lift him up onto my shoulders and get him out as quickly as I can.
Can I help with that?
Absolutely.
Yes, because limp body is very difficult to pick up.
Does anybody remember how assisting works? Because I do not
remember.
Something to do with dice, I think.
Yeah, some dice, perhaps. Yes, that's a good.
For those
good
of you
start.
that aren't in the know, it's been a little bit.
We've had some delays, and then some delays, and then a little bit of a delay. Rolls.
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia article on assisting in Savage Worlds.
I've just typed in the word assist. You do a support option. Okay. Okay, how about I don't put 3 O's in the word support?
All right, so support. Found it.
You're spelling it the Swedish way.
Da-da-da-da-da. So sometimes you want to cooperate. Yes, yes, yes. Supporting characters roll the relevant skill.
Okay.
Declare which trait they're attempting to support. Success gives the ally +1 to the trait total, and a raids adds +2.
Okay.
Critical failure subtracts 2.
And then a regular failure is probably a -1.
It doesn't mention regular failure. Probably
Okay.
just nothing happens.
All right, so this is going to be athletics.
I can do that.
And you, though?
Would you like to spend a penny?
Yeah, I think in this instance, I certainly do. I'll take the 5.
That'll do.
So you get a +1.
Would
Would you like to spend a penny?
I will spend a penny, yes. There we go. With a bit of finagling, we get him up on Charles's shoulders, and he's kind of like a duck run.
Gonna head straight for the window that you heard shatter.
Did you hear that shatter? How big is it?
Stated it's like 4 foot tall by like 3 feet wide, and
by
there's
3.
and there's like 2 other panes of glass next to it that are not shattered. There's enough structure in between.
What state is the desk in now? Is there like any of the? Obviously, the plywood's gone.
Yeah, the plywood's gone. It still has
Oh,
rubble
the
on
section
top.
of the roof has collapsed.
Yeah.
Is there anything like in there, like any kind of support beam or anything like that?
Yes.
I'd like
It's
to
on
grab
fire.
something and put it through another window. Try and clear this.
Okay, that is another athletics roll to throw something.
Whatever's heavy and comes to hand. What the?
You've got
Oh,
wounds.
it's wounds and fatigue.
So you hear it. You hear whatever you throw bounce. Luckily, that's not a critical failure. So
Yeah.
The window that is broken open, are there any shards that are gonna, shred him if I try and push him through? Like on the bottom especially.
yes, the shards. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get a clean break by throwing a brick through.
I figured, but I was, yeah.
Presumably, I see the silhouettes of them moving, standing
Yes.
around and moving. So presumably, I can assist here and try. I
Yes.
see them going for the window.
Yes. That'll work.
So I'm gonna try to. I will, with another brick in hand. I'll try and break off more of the glass. I mean, I'm not like
You're
throwing
not-
it to break.
yeah.
I'm just gonna take a brick and, run it along the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. And
All right, Freddy, out you go. Catch.
Cash.
are you actually tossing him through the window?
I'm getting him out the window as fast as I possibly can.
Okay, so I do. Okay. Athletics.
How tall is the window from the floor? Do I have to throw him, or can I kind of tip him?
You could tip
Log
him.
rolling out the window.
Yeah, roll him out the window. Yeah.
Yeah, it still probably would be better for William to catch, as it were. As for a roll, certainly an argument for athletics here. Yeah, let's go with athletics.
Athletics. Yeah.
Not only do you catch him, but you don't even really need to catch him. You kind of gracefully almost roll him onto the ground. It's very impressive on the back of that raise, as you kind of then lay him on the ground and begin to assist the other two out.
I'm glad no one saw that.
Oh no, Charles saw it. He was right there.
Now, he's suffering from smoke inhalation.
Okay.
He's hallucinating.
Charles is not exiting quite yet. He's gonna yell to Eddie, "I need to get the papers, the documents."
There's that moment of Eddie looking like towards the window, towards Charles. And
It's at this point that you hear another section of the building crumble. You don't know where. It's not in this room, but you hear it.
all right, yeah, I'm gonna ooh, let's have a look. You're gonna get me killed, Charlie. And yeah, I'll follow him. Help.
Just gonna stand there at the window in disbelief as I watch them run back into the burning building.
Oh, never left.
You had an exit.
I still have an exit.
We still have the exit.
What is this? This definitely ties in. Doesn't this tie into one of your hindrances?
Ooh.
Eddie?
Well, I've got ruthless, yeah.
I would
I
say
wouldn't really consider this ruthless.
a fanatic will do almost anything to accomplish their goals.
Okay.
Yeah, ruthless is worded a little differently than what you might think.
Yeah, I was thinking something else. All right.
No. It's like you're absolutely like blinkered focus on what you need.
I feel like this is certainly detrimental here, so I'll go ahead and let you replenish a Benny on the back of deciding to go in with Charles.
I would gladly take that. I've got a feeling I'm going to need it.
So, I need notice rolls from the two of you, and I feel like at this point I need to call for a healing roll from William. I'm assuming you're going to not go in after them and start working on the editor.
We're gonna triage the unconscious man and see if he's still breathing before we need CPR.
Notice.
All right, so we have one notice with a raise. So I'm going to assume Eddie is sort of taking the lead here and will be navigating through the debris, followed by Charles's direction as to where the documents were left. Where were the documents left, by the way?
I believe he left them hanging after he got done cleaning them, so they would be in the photo booth, whatever.
Dark room.
The dark room, yeah.
Yeah.
He is not breathing currently, so you're aware, William. How would you like to proceed?
We have a pulse.
Yes. Not a great pulse.
I suppose we gotta wake his ass up. I suppose we're doing CPR, huh?
All right, so this is going to be
Yes,
according
you can slap him.
to dramatic task time, finally, for you. This will be healing, and I have a number of points in mind that you need to accumulate.
Let me know when to click the dice.
Click the die.
Click the dice. All right. We are clicking the dice. We are rolling the same thing as we just did.
No, you're rolling a 7, technically.
Well, I don't think that changes anything.
No, not
Not
really.
an 8, so no.
So, On the back of that roll, you begin CPR. No response at this time. Charles, Eddie, you make it to the door to the dark room. You very quickly notice that there's a blockage.
How big of a blockage?
The door doesn't want to open, so, I mean... You're on the other side of the door, you don't know. Just...
Well...
I know it's a lot of athletic rolls, but I mean, this is a very athletic part.
Yes, indeed. So we're breaking the door down. Oh, he got it. Nice. He was ahead of me.
Oh, they were both doing it.
Well, don't need to anymore.
Success with a raise. You go through the door. One of those things, you do put so much weight into it that whatever's behind it wasn't sturdy enough to keep you out. On the back of that, I'm gonna give you an impromptu notice check, Charles.
Okay. Ooh, yes.
You notice very quickly, as he goes through the door, because the door doesn't swing open, he goes through it. You notice that it was a board that was holding the door. A singular board. Horizontal. You see it go flying into the dark room before you lose visibility of it.
Well then. Someone had a plan.
And Eddie, unfortunately, I'm going to need you to take a point of fatigue.
Oh.
And an automatic wound.
Oh, I'm on two. Oh.
As the dark room, I will also say on the back of the notice, Charles, the dark room was probably the original point of this fire.
Around 0. Okay.
This place is just an absolute inferno.
Are there any papers within easy reach of the doorway? Anything?
I don't think there are any papers.
Probably not.
I need an investigation roll if both of you can do it. I don't think Eddie's really looking forward to this.
Nah. It's just a quick
Investigation.
Investigation, yeah.
I don't have that.
I don't have investigation either.
Oh, sorry. Is it supposed to be underneath research? What is?
There's research and notice.
Fine. Do notice.
Sounds so disappointed. Ooh. 9.
Ooh.
And then success with 2 raises? No? Just one
No,
raise.
just the one. It's on my -2.
Both of you are able to collect some papers. Obviously, kind of in the hurry that you are. You're not sure if they're the correct papers,
Fair.
but they're papers.
They're papers. And we're leaving now, Eddie. Out! Let's go!
Oh, yeah.
William, you give me your next healing.
You know, I'm consistent, if nothing else.
You're getting a stronger pulse, but he hasn't coughed out anything, as it were.
Yeah, damn, you got to start breathing, bud. You want to live. You got to start breathing.
Well, you're doing rescue breathing, so you're doing his breathing for him right now.
He's got to start breathing a little better.
I can't breathe for you forever.
And I feel like, do we want to make this cinematic or not?
Always. Always.
One last athletics check for the both of you.
Yeah.
You guys should have said that.
Let's go. No,
You shouldn't have said that.
I'm gonna Benny that. Oops, I wrote that one.
-3.
Yes.
However, there's at least 2 successes. You both leap out the building when the flash happens. So, the big ball of fire coming out right after you. Both of you kind of roll onto the ground. Luckily, all of this is above William's head, because you're down on the ground. Go ahead and give me another healing check. Consistent.
You gotta be consistent with CPR. That's how it works.
He's doing his rhythm. Boom, boom, boom.
They didn't have Staying Alive, so what beat are you going with?
I do not know what beats existed in the 1920s.
He is now at least starting to cough, but he is still not really awake yet. But he's out of the woods at this point.
Is he breathing on his own, though?
He's hacking, which is the precursor to breathing. Get it out. Come on. I need you to intake air.
Alright, we got a couple more ribs to break. Keep going.
Slap him on the back.
Give me one last healing roll. Don't botch it.
Dramatic failure.
Four is still a success. And
Still a success.
he finally takes his first breath in.
Oh, crap. That was hot. I don't want to do that ever again.
Like Eddie's like sitting up middle of the street, just kind of like finding his hat and just kind of doing that, putting it back on and like brushing the ashes off it.
So at this point, the three of you notice something. The fire department's gone.
They're not done yet.
The fire truck's still there, but all the people are gone.
When you say all the people, because there was also a bit of a crowd, people that had run out of the building.
They're there.
Okay, so just the firemen.
Yes.
They're not doing their jobs. Do we need to get buckets ourselves?
Like, the building's gone. I mean, you're not putting this out.
Are there buildings next to it?
This isn't one of those cities where everything is built directly
Like
next. Yeah. But we are looking at you are the advertiser, which is spot 13. Where are you? Where is 13 on this map? So, oh no, wait, sorry, you're number 3, not 13. My bad.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's right here on West Armitage.
Yes.
There's 2 buildings on this block. A civic building and then just a non-building. It's a building, but it doesn't have anything tagged. So it's unimportant. So there's 2 other buildings on this block, but they're not like touching each other. There's alleyways in between them.
Some guy watching his house down as the narrator says, it was unimportant. Well, I don't know how to operate fire equipment, so if this block's gonna burn down, the block's gonna burn down. And this is, someone can sue.
Where did they go? Could they have gotten far? Look down the street. Are they running?
No. You have no visibility on anybody that looks to be even remotely related to the fire department.
I'm gonna walk over to the crowd, kind of like, where the hell did the fire department go?
You are met with people voicing pretty much the same.
None of you saw anything?
You get a bunch of very confused looks, people shaking their heads and murmuring amongst themselves. It looks like that this conversation has also been going on for a while. You are certainly not the first person to have asked, but you are the latest in this case.
Okay. Well, geez, I don't know. I think my more pressing concern is the two people who just jumped out of a burning building who are probably singed and dying of smoke inhalation.
I'm gonna fire that.
You guys are coughing hysterically.
Yes.
Um,
I think as Eddie recovers, there's that moment of like, I don't know about you, but I'm checking myself right back in because clearly something wrong up here.
Also, without needing a notice roll, you can tell that Eddie is definitely the one worse for wear.
You got a habit for getting yourself, like, burned to death, Eddie. This is the second time in, like, a month.
Hey, when I was a kid growing up, people said I was boring.
So your solution was... Okay.
I don't know. Be insane, I guess.
Okay, well... Off to the hospital, I suppose, with a lot of you.
I think I just need a bit of fresh air. I think I'll be all right. Nothing fell on me, nothing burned me. I don't think. I'm just got that black lung, you know.
Make your choice. Smoke burns the insides of your lungs, just as much as fire burns your skin.
Well, I'll take your recommendation then, and see if I can't help Eddie to get there anyway.
I'm gonna go check on our well, no, I guess he's not unconscious anymore. He's probably still... Is he awake? I don't know. Our editor.
No, he's unconscious still.
Okay.
But he's breathing on his own, so that's what matters.
Gotta get his ass to the hospital.
Is there an ambulance showing up at all? No? Anybody call for an Do they have ambulances?
So back to this question.
There's going to be a lot of did they have such and such at this time?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they had
ambulances. It's like,
Yeah, they had cars, so I assume someone had the idea of, maybe we should use cars to move hurt people.
Well, the thing is, the old ambulances, they look like a white hearse.
Oh,
It's like-
yeah.
It's that thing of like, oh, wow, that's optimistic. You just painted it a different color.
One for life, one for death.
However, there are no ambulances on the street. Cell phones aren't a thing, so...
Landlines, do they have public phones? No?
Yes, no, it depends on the location. They weren't super widespread.
Bet there was a phone in our building that just got burned down.
Is the fire, engine run? That's a car.
It's a car.
I don't see the fire department.
Well,
Keys are in it.
I'll pick up Freddy. Eddie, you get in there.
Okay, I am stealing a fire truck to drive to the hospital.
Putting on the siren?
I will.
I don't need to put on the
I think
sign.
it's
How many
a bell.
cars are there on the road? I'm just...
I think it's a bell anyway. It's not literally had to ring a bell.
Yeah, there's the siren. What are we, 1960s?
Who's ringing the bell? I know one of you two want to do it.
I'm driving.
Charlie will do it.
Yeah.
Move! Ding 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 ding, out of the way! Ding ding ding.
As you pull up, to, I'm guessing St. Mary's is where you guys are heading?
We only got one hospital in this town.
It's across from the medical school. I mean,
Well,
show up at the school.
a school is not exactly the... I mean, could they treat it? Yeah, probably. But... Yeah, let's go to the hospital where we already know the cult is infiltrated. That sounds like a great idea, guys. Let's do that.
As
Do we know that they infiltrated?
Probably.
I love how he says things, and then it's just like, wait, we don't actually know.
I mean,
Anyways,
yeah.
as the four of you pile inside, Annabelle is the one working the desk, and she kind of gives a wide-eyed look at the four of you.
There was an incident.
She kind of puts her hand up like, I don't need an explanation. And she kind of shoves the doors open and is holding them open for you so you guys can just move through as fast as possible.
Moving Mr. Unconscious Man into the building.
She directs you to the nearest open room and once again is holding the door open for you.
He was
I go into the room.
trying to relay as much information as possible. Like he was at a fire, there was some debris fell on him, and blah 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 blah.
By the time you've gotten him into the room, she's already left the door, presumably to go get somebody. And she's just a receptionist.
Do we have supplies in this room? Like, is this like a stocked, like, treatment, like trauma room? I don't know if the concept of a trauma bay existed in the 1920s.
It's a patient room.
Okay, so... I mean, I'll start fumbling through here.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's got-
do we have like fluid resuscitation equipment? Do I have IVs?
Would that be in a patient room?
I don't know. I mean, I don't
Okay.
know how they stocked things in the 20s. Did they?
Just go
Got
off
a
of
packet
your...
of cigarettes,
Just
bottle of bourbon. That's all you need.
Would
Okay.
that be in a patient room today?
No, not today.
No.
They're kept in a central, like a supply closet. So
No.
then I will meander out of the room and go find the equipment I need.
I don't like your term meander, but fine.
I mean,
It's like you're just wandering the corridors, like whistling slightly.
Used to work here, right? You should know where they kept.
we're just a supply closet.
They moved it.
I guarantee you they don't change the codes. It's been the same codes for codes. It's probably
Codes?
probably a locked door, if anything.
I was gonna say
Probably not
codes.
even.
So, while William goes and look for supplies, just gonna kind of leave the scene with Charles and Eddie for a bit, and the still unconscious Freddy.
I will take what papers I have out of my jacket and is this what you were looking for?
Charlie pulls his own out, and well, let's see.
Spread them over like the foot of the bed or whatever.
So you guys have collected roughly about 10 pages between the two of you. Some are junk, as in they're too badly damaged. What are your rolls? Your notice rolls for that?
I got a 9.
And
he got an 11.
Yes.
4 out of the 5 of your papers are still legible. They're burned around the edges. Eddie, yours is roughly about 4 as well. Both of you had raises, so you essentially, out of the 10 papers you guys have collected, only 2 of them are lost, unfortunately.
What are they?
Yes.
Okay.
They are the papers that you were needing.
These are the documents I'm looking for. Okay. We got most of them. Well, I should say most of these are good. Someone...
What do they say? What's the... Now that you've...
No, I read them before. I don't know exactly. Some of these... They use English letters. I don't know some of these words. There's the doctor stuff. Williams.
Well, how about
Williams thing.
Maybe keep these quiet for the time being, you know.
Yeah.
Someone wanted these gone. Someone wanted us gone.
When you broke through that door, there was an extra slab of wood in there that wasn't there when I left.
You said it was set up. It was sabotage.
I'm saying I didn't lock the door, and I didn't board it. And that room is basically in the middle of the building. And the way it was all burnt up, it's like that was the center of the fire. Someone started a fire in my goddamn dark room.
You know what?
Who would do that?
You know what they say about cornered animals, right? Going this far, going something so extreme, tells me we're on to something.
I just don't know what any of this means yet. Why was it so important to them?
What's the point? You gotta ask yourself, do you want to know why? You saw what they just did. That's how far they're prepared to go, and that was just their first act, you know. We go further, it's gonna get worse.
Because of how far they went, that means this is important enough that it needs to be shown. We need to know the truth. If it was just some frivolous thing, then they wouldn't go this far. Who cares? But they're willing to commit arson for this.
It's the story worth telling.
Oh, I just realized. I almost took these to my house to do this job. If they were after these, if I had done this in my house,
And you ain't on a public street neither. I just, don't dwell on the maybes, all right? You're okay. Family's okay.
Are they okay? I need to go.
It's about at this time that William and the doctor recognize this doctor, Henley, kind of both emerge into the room at the same time. Henley kind of looks curiously over at William, who has medical supplies that he shouldn't have, so to speak. But at this point, he's not willing to ask further questions. And he kind of looks at, gives William the look of, you ready to get started on this?
Yeah. They're all breathing now, so... Jesus.
Yeah, they might be breathing, but he looks over at Eddie. One looks a little charred. Burns are never fun.
Yeah, no, lungs are probably screwed, but you know. Yeah.
I love as you say that, it's like Eddie's there on the edge of the bed with cigarette, just like... Now there's the days smoking in hospitals.
It's not going to help right now.
That cigarettes were
What do you
good
mean?
for the
For
lungs.
30, smoking's good for you.
They're healthy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend Camel.
I think for right now, go ahead and put that out, just for now. You're not going to want to move while we're working. So I don't think you want, while you're laying down, I don't think you want ashes falling on your face.
Honestly. Yeah, it hurts. Hurts all over, I'll be honest. But I've known worse. I've known guys get up from worse. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Worry about him. And I'll indicate Freddy.
We're going to worry about both of you. And kind of looks over at Charles. You probably just need to be breathing clean air, so I would rather you stay here and just clear out your lungs, as it were.
Much as I'd love to, Doc, I'm too worried about my family right now. I gotta go see if they're still there.
Annabelle steps into the room. I can go.
Would you please?
Absolutely. Just give me your address.
Yeah. Such and such. Corner of this and that.
She takes it and leaves. Now,
Right, so IVs are actual needles. Don't move your arm.
Big needles.
The needle stays in the 20s.
the Dr. Henley goes over to work on Freddy. He seems to kind of be in his own little world, extremely focused on what he's doing, leaving kind of the three of you to your own devices. You can tell, William, you can kind of tell that look on his face. He is, unless something literally forces his attention, he's not paying any attention to the three of you.
Well, William, you seem to have a bit of time on your hands now. He pulls out the somewhat charred papers. I went through a lot to get these, and I still don't know what they mean.
Should have just let him burn.
Give me a healing roll since you're trying to put in an IV. Let's see if you missed
Oh,
the
I thought he was busy.
William's putting in an IV for Eddie.
Oh, never mind then. I thought it was the other guy.
Well, they're both doing various different things.
Where's my character sheet? There it is.
Well, so you said the three of you aren't doing anything, so I assumed
I was
included.
I was trying to more say that the three of you are kind of isolated.
The two NPCs are in the corner doing their thing.
Oh, I gotcha. I understand.
And they're repeating an animation.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know that like scene in like Bloodlines where like at the beginning, like you go to the clinic and the doctor's in the back room? Well, we're in like the other room.
I haven't played Bloodlines.
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
you're able to place the IV without much trouble, even with papers being kind of thrust at you.
I wasn't trying to.
Yeah, with like the IV in one arm, with the other one, I will get the other papers and hand them over as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I will read the papers.
Papers go into detail about the different autopsy reports regarding it'd be the first 10 victims. About a page per individual, detailing missing organs, something that you didn't realize before. Missing bones from some of them as well. The ones that you have been directly a part of, that's never been mentioned. Missing bones. Roughly, by your count, enough for an entire skeleton. Gives you the question of which one was missing a skull, and that ended up being Oliver Scott. Something that was 100% missing from any reports, police or otherwise.
How do you miss a missing skull? That's you know, thinking this. Incompetent police department.
Sorry, I've got to be that voice inside the back of your head. At a certain point, you can't keep saying incompetence.
Yes, I can. Never attribute to malice what is adequately explained by incompetence.
Okay, sure.
That's how
I don't know
go
about
through it.
adequately explained by incompetence in this situation.
The adequate is becoming a little smaller. I'm running out of the adequate part.
It's running out of excuses.
Okay, well,
Is there something specific that you wanted to see in these medical documents?
nothing specific. I mean, I wanted to see what the actual autopsy said. Obviously, I mean, now missing bones is a new development. There was like overlap of organs missing though, correct? Like especially with the later ones, they were missing like all their organs. So like there has been multiple like hearts taken
Yes.
for existence. Okay, but there's only been, from what I can tell, there's only been one like
Skeleton.
set of skeleton.
Yes.
Okay.
And one set of skin, I assume.
Yeah. Well, this is only the first 10.
Mm.
The commissioner was technically victim 11.
Well, I saw his skin. I don't need an autopsy report to know I saw his skin missing.
Those are a
That
disturbing
one's a
set of
little hard to
words.
fake.
Those are a disturbing set of words.
Disturbing times.
I don't know. Missing
Yeah.
skull seems hard to fake too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I will shuffle through the papers, one more time, quick glance over again, but some things to discuss after this. I don't think anything that groundbreaking, but
And I think it's at this point, we'll see you next time. This is it for us for this episode at Rollsborne. See you next time.